You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Saber Zone.
Hi, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Saber Zone, the video on the channel, if you're new, that discusses, talks about something one of you had to say. So I pulled out a clip, guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm in a far better mood tonight. And we'll talk about that in a bit. But right now, let's get into the video. And guys, here is the clip. And shout out goes to Vernon Howell. And Vernon says, very, very aggressively, Savoy's a 21-year-old man in a child's body, and he's been with children for the last 4 years. This is rough, any PWHL player could knock him off the puck. If you are mad at Adams, be mad he made the mistake of drafting Savoy. No team wins the cup with a roster of 21-year-olds. You need guys like McLeod and the other vets they picked up. Yeah, Vernon, I do agree with a lot of this. I do want to say, for the record, though, I am a Savoy fan. I am. I'm a fan of what I think he'll become. I do believe he's going to become a hell of a hockey player. I do. But do I believe we got so ripped off in the deal like Sabres fans? No, I've been watching hockey too long to fall for that. No, of course not. We had needs that had to be addressed, or we're in for another long season of disappointment. And the truth is, we got all these young studs to move some of them. That's what I think a lot of Sabres fans haven't grasped the idea of yet, is that we didn't just draft these guys. Let's get this right, folks. When you draft players, just so you know, you don't draft them just to be on your team. You draft them as assets, as trade pieces. I mean, this is why drafting smart is important, of course. You have to draft and build a winner through the draft, I believe. I've said it on this channel. I'll back it right now. You have to build a team through the draft. Okay, we have done that. We have got a lot of good pieces on this team through good trades, good draft picks. There's a lot that's going right in Buffalo, guys. Don't think there's not. There is. There's a lot. But at some point, you got to cut the umbilical cord, guys. You got to let some of them go. And you know, I'm going to talk about that in another possible trade tonight. There's been rumors going on. I'm going to talk about this later on. I want to focus on this right now. So we go and we trade one of our top prospects, maybe my favorite prospect, guys, and you don't see me panicking. You guys know I was pretty much a Savoy backer, and I'm one of these guys. I like big, physical hockey players, right? I like big and physical, but I also like skilled. I do. But what Vernon's saying here is not a lie, okay? It's not a lie. It's a cold, hard truth, you know? Like when he said he's a man in a child's body, so was Danny Briere, though, Vernon. Let's give some fairness here, okay? So was Danny Briere, and Danny Briere was one hell of a hockey player, and he had a baby face and everything. One hell of a hockey player, right? But he's been playing in the juniors. Let's get that right. And a lot of Edmonton fans, you got to remember, guys, they're big WHL fans, so they're very familiar with the name. They are, you know, as much as some of them don't follow like we do. They're familiar with the territory of the WHL. They're familiar. So they think they completely burned us before proof. And there was like I went and gave kind of a sarcastic comment on an Edmonton channel tonight, and it was like they're making fun of this trade, and they're saying McLeod doesn't hit for his life. Let's get this clear, okay? We didn't get McLeod for hitting, guys. I mean, I think you guys know that, right? But Edmonton fans don't seem to get that. They don't seem to understand. We didn't get McLeod, Edmonton fans. We didn't get him for physical play. We addressed that already. That's addressed. Go look at all the moves that we've done, Edmonton fans. Go look. Now you know why, guys. Now you know why I never cheer for the Canadian team. Okay? Never. And I never will. No. If it was a team like Vancouver, they've been so pathetic in their existence. Yeah, probably. You know, I'd probably cheer for the poor old Canucks to get one, of course, you know. But it would have to depend who they're playing. If they were playing a team like Florida, I would have had a hard time going for Vancouver because Florida has had such a miserable existence in this league till recently. Till recently. And you know what? Florida did not have a good existence like we did. We had many good, great years in our history, guys. A lot of the kids today don't know that. Like fans that aren't fans of the Sabres don't know that, you know? So what Vernon talks about here, guys, he's not ready. He's not NHL ready. He could be. They might toss him in the mix. We'll see this year, Vernon. They might toss him in. But they've got him written in as like this you know, top 6 guy already, which is a little soon. Even I'll say it. You know how I feel. I feel you can go straight from junior to the NHL. You can. But when you're not a big guy, and he's not, okay? And if there's anything Adams is guilty of, forget where I heard this. I forget where I heard this. I heard it recently. And I had to agree. If anything Adams is guilty of is drafting too small. I think it's one of the Buffalo channels that had talked about this. And, you know, and I agree with that. I do agree with that. I much prefer the bigger, stronger guys on a team. We're in a league now that's not tiny. Although it showcases the tiny skill players, it does. But still, you know. Look, I'm gonna, like, you know, see what he becomes, Savoy. Don't think I won't be checking. I'll be checking. I'm sure many of you will also. But if this really works out with McLeod, and I think it will, if this really works out with McLeod, how did we go wrong? Really, how did we go wrong then? By not hanging on to a prospect that probably wouldn't get more than bottom 6 minutes anyway? I mean, give me what we need now. You know, we need now, guys. We're in the now. I was the first one just 2 short years ago on this channel. You guys would see. I'd say, no, you don't. I would have been against a deal like that, okay? But now that we got Lindy as coach and we're getting more serious, and it looks like we're going to be more physical this year, it's hard for me to believe, guys. You know, like, oh my God, we're actually going to attempt to be physical. I hear Adams talking about physicality. Maybe Adams started, you know, listening to some of the people out there. I don't know. I hope so. God, Adams, it's long overdue to get some physical guys in this team. We've been pushed around for years, you know. And it's sad because a few years ago when we had all that skill going on, which we still have, guys. Let's not forget that. That team was not carried by Casey Middlestat. That team was carried by Tage Thompson, you know. These guys are older, bigger, stronger now going into this year. Let's not forget these things. People are saying, well, we're missing goal scoring. No, we had a bad year last year with injuries and all sorts of things. Come on. No, we don't lack goal scoring. But I'm going to talk about that in the next video tonight, okay? I'm going to push that video down your throat again, guys. So we had to make this deal the way I see it. We have to move forward. We can't keep being scared to not make moves, even if they hurt. Even if they hurt. If it's going to help now, guys, now. Do you guys want to wait another year for the playoffs? I sure as hell don't. Really. I don't want to wait another year. If I have to, I will. I'm a stubborn fan. I will. I don't think we're going to have to. I think we're going to get in this year, and I think we're going to get in with some ease. I think we'll make the playoffs by like 10 points or something. I don't think it's going to be, you know, a roller coaster of emotions. But knowing the Sabres, they'll do this to us. It'll be right down the stretch, and we'll just get in. You know, but I'm hoping that the Sabres just have a nice, comfortable edge, you know, with a few weeks left, and we know we're getting in. We feel good about it, and everything's okay. And as long as we're healthy, guys, as long as we're healthy, who knows what can happen in the playoffs? Anything can happen in the playoffs. This is why, in this day and age especially, it's that damn important to get in. It really is. It's not like back in the 70s and 80s, you get in and, you know, you just hope something maybe transpires, and you hope somebody else knocks off one of the big boys for you before you got to advance, you know? That's what you're hoping back in the day. It's not like that now. You know, now it's like, the 16th seed can win the Stanley Cup that gets in with a little luck, a little aggression. And we just seen, guys, the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup. Let's not forget. Look what's going on since, for us fans, let's just look at the last 7 years. We've seen the St. Louis Blues break through. We've seen the Washington Capitals break through. We've seen the Florida Panthers break through. And unfortunately, we've seen the Vegas Golden Knights win their first Stanley Cup as well. But for the Vegas thing, I think over there this year they're going to hurt. We're going to see what their fans are really made of over there this year, because I don't think they're going to have a comfortable season like they're anticipating over there. I've seen some Vegas fans talking about Victor Olofsson on the first line. I'm like, okay, good luck. You know, we'll see what happens there. But and you know, I think all of us could live with missing the playoffs the next 15 years. If we got in, won the Stanley Cup, and missed the playoffs the next 15 years after, I don't think any of us would be complaining. That's how tough we are as Buffalo fans. We just want some success. We want to live some moment. We want to have something special in our lives happen with this team, right? And I think, guys, we have the nucleus, we have the depth, we have the pipeline, we have the general manager. Unfortunately, for some of you that don't think so, I think we have the general manager. And now I think we have the coach to get this done, to get something done. And, you know, if the Sabres got in this year, and I think they're going to, I could see 7 to 10 playoff wins is kind of what I'm hoping for. You know, that's where I'm at. I think we're winning the first round no matter what, no matter who we play. It would be nice, though, to play Florida in the first round, guys. That would be a treat for us, because I tell you what, there'd be no pressure on the Sabres. And the entire hockey community would be cheering for us. So we'll see there. All right, so look, Vernon, this was a good topic. You know, we have to talk a little bit more about the, you know, our feel about it. And Vernon expressed how he felt. He felt like this was an undersized prospect that we just moved out, and it's nothing really to panic about. And in reality, he's right also. You know, as much as I like this prospect, I agree with him also. Like, we have to look at it for what it is now. We have to be like cold emotionally and say, you know what? Did we address some needs? Because that's what the bottom line, what matters, guys. Did we address some needs? Yes, we did. Now, how will this work out? I don't know. Maybe it'll work out better than we were even hoping. If he gets 20 to 25 goals this year, I think we're all going to be scratching our head saying, my God, how did Adams pull this one off? Because I'll tell you what, there's no way Savoy would come into the lineup and give us 20, 25 goals this year, guys. Not this year. You know, maybe in 3 years, but right now, when Savoy fills out, we'll see. We'll see how that you know, that pans out in Edmonton. We're going to know, because we're going to see him playing with Connor McDavid eventually. So we'll see. And there's no excuse for his production not to be 50% more if he's playing on the line with McDavid, right? So, all right, guys, done for this one. See you in the nightcap.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to ensure Dimension access.